Welcome to European TV. Stay connected for information and education.
Yes, this is European roundtable discussion on the topic between dreams and reality, the life of a Nigerian youth. So happy to be in your midst today. We are here to discuss. My name remains Patriotic John Joshua. With me here
is patriotic wisdom William.
Okay, we are going to be discussing based on this topic between dreams and reality. We all have different dreams and aspirations. Dreams is just a cherished aspiration which one intends to achieve within a particular time frame. As Nigerian youth, we are embodied with lots of dreams, but have we been able to actualize those dreams? How realistic are those dreams we had, let's say 5 years ago or 10 years ago? Today, let's listen as patriotic wisdom give us more detail regards this topic, dreams, between dreams and reality. Patriotic wisdom.
Yeah, thank you so
Please,
much.
can we meet you once again?
Alright, thank you so much. My name is Patriotic Wisdom Williams Anetie. I'm the head research and development in European. Many of you that don't know, European stands for Young Leaders' Rights and Patriotic Initiative of Nigeria. And so what we basically do is just to try as much as possible to raise leaders in terms of building capabilities, building capacities, and helping people to understand their roles in nation building beyond themselves. Okay, and that's an extension of what we are going to be doing here today. Okay, so like I said before, my name is Anetie Wisdom, and I'm just going to be the lead discussant in the meeting today. And it's my honor to be here as well. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Alright, just as you all heard him, he is the lead discussant of this particular gathering. Okay, on this topic, I would like to ask Mr. Wisdom,
Yeah.
this word dream,
Okay.
it's not that type of dream that one goes to bed, wake up the next day and say, I had a dream. You have a dream.
Yeah.
And 5 years ago you had a dream.
Yeah.
Can you share part of this your dream with us?
Okay, thank you so much. So, the topic is the life of a Nigerian youth. So, I think that when people talk about dreams, like you said, it's not about sleeping and waking up. Dreams has to do with our vision and goals for our future. And then we can have dreams as a nation. As a Nigerian youth, when we were younger, for example, we always told that we are the leaders of tomorrow, right? That was like a dream. We always told that, okay, when we grow up, we're going to become this. Some of us wanted to become medical doctors. Those are dreams. I mean, it's an envisionable future, a future that you see for yourself. I'm sure that many of us here, when we were younger, we actually had dreams, what we wanted to be. We had dreams we wanted to be at 25 years, for example. We had dreams we wanted to be at 30 years. I remember very vividly the dreams that I had for myself. Right? So many of them were not exactly met. So if you look at, if you reflect on your life, you will see that many of the dreams that you actually had when you were younger were not exactly met. And so dreams is an envisionable future, doesn't mean that they're going to be realized. So between the dream and the actualization, there's something that needs to be done in between. But back to your question, dreams that I had. Okay, when I was younger, for example, I know that one of the dreams that I had was I wanted to be a medical doctor, right? Many Nigerian youths had this kind of dreams for academics. When we were younger, many of us didn't have dreams beyond academics. But then what happened? I wrote jam, I didn't get what I was looking for. I mean, we're going to talk about that. But that's like how the circumstances of Nigeria, the situations we find ourselves, actually has a way of pushing us away from the dreams that we've had. And so if we have conversations, I'm sure many of us will have had experiences beyond our academics where we've actually set goals for ourselves. We have tried as much as possible to meet those goals. We have had very ambitious dreams. We have tried as much as possible to meet those dreams, but just because of circumstances beyond our control, we have found ourselves wavering from that dream, which I think is a very, very important connection. The connection between when you actually had those dreams for yourself and where you are going to be actualizing those things, what happens in between. Relation circumstances to ourselves and all of that. But like I said before, I want to be a medical doctor doesn't mean that because I didn't achieve the medical doctor dream that I set for myself didn't mean that I actually failed at night, right? So we're going to be having those conversations.
Thank you. while you were talking, you said due to some circumstances. That's the reason why some of those dreams were not met.
Yeah.
Okay, now can we know those some circumstances
Okay.
that hinder this dream from becoming realistic?
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So I gave just an example of a dream. I don't know whether we should allow people to just give examples. So because I was trying to give example of the situation around our country. Many of us, when we were younger, were told Nigeria Nigeria is the giant of Africa. We have a future for ourselves. We were told when we finish from university, we are going to get a job immediately. We had those dreams. As soon as I finish from university, I'm going to go for my youth service. After I finish my youth service, I'm going to get a job in the industry. I had that dream, but it was not actualized. Why? Those were because of circumstances beyond my control. Circumstances around the nation. Lack of job opportunities, for example. That's a circumstance that we all can relate with. Some people had dreams that when they finish from universities, they are going to do something with their life. Some people, their dreams were cut short because probably they had road accident and died. That's another challenge that we can face as a nation that actually hampers people's dreams. Some people were victims of kidnappers. We just heard about the Hanifa that just died how many days ago because of her proprietor that killed her. She had a dream. She wanted to be something, even if she had not developed a dream for herself, her parents had a dream for her. But she couldn't actualize that dream because of security situation. How can a young girl be kidnapped for so long? There was no knowledge about her whereabouts until she died before solutions started coming in. I mean, those are challenges that we all can relate with, right? So challenges beyond ourselves. I'm going to eventually be talking, or we're going to eventually be talking about challenges that we can overcome ourselves when we begin to talk about values that we set, setting goals, persistence, patience, self-discipline, all of those things. Those are things that we can control. But there are circumstances that we cannot control, especially in the Nigerian system, that actually fight to limit the dreams that we have set. Many of us can relate to that. We want to ask that question. Many of us can relate to those circumstances. But our conversation here today is not to come and begin to cry and to wail over, oh, our government should have done this, our government should have done that. But despite these challenges that we have, how can we navigate to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves? I can't mention them all of them. We have peace. There's no justice, for example. There's the security challenge, like I said, road, electricity. You will see people that are doing well in advanced countries because they have access to electricity, for example. So businesses cannot thrive here because there's no access to electricity. We can't mention all of them, but I hope that I was able to answer the question.
Thank you very much. That was interesting. Okay, so this is a roundtable discussion, and we are going to keep talking because our voices must be heard. As Nigerian youth, we have to keep coming together to deliberate on the way forward to ensure that we see the nation of our dreams. We see the country where we wish to live and be happy, a country that is well secured, a country that there is no fear, that one can go to bed with the two eyes closed. So this is the type of country that we all dreamt of. But today, are we achieving that? Now, I would like to ask my fellow patriots here seated today, let us make our impact in this nation by contributing our voices towards the dreams and the reality. Are we actually seeing the expected nation, the nation that we wish to see? Is it the nation of our dreams? This question is a question that is meant for all of us seated here to answer. Please, I would like to ask Patriot Amos. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Please, is this the nation of your dream? Let's
Let's
go
just
back.
ask him, did he at any point have a dream for this nation?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, can you tell us about it and then?
Okay, Petrus, for me, growing up, I had two major dreams.
Okay.
One was personal and the other was national.
Exactly.
Okay, now, let me talk about the national first, then I'll come back to the personal. Now, for my national dream, when growing up, especially as a child, I noticed a lot of things. It was favoring only the rich class.
Okay.
In this country, nobody gets to know about you except your family name rings a bell. or your pocket rings a bell. These are the two things that makes the voice to be heard in Nigeria. So while I grew up with that situation, and then when I came to the university, the body became very strong, and I wanted to be like a voice in my university community. But I found myself in a place where tribal sentiments almost nailed me. Where I could not talk. I could not talk to a lecturer because I can't speak the lecturer's language. I managedly graduated. But while in the school, it was a very big pain. Why should we continue like this as a country? Why is it that we cannot judge people for the fact that they are human beings? But we have to judge people, we have to respect people based on who they know, or based on the kind of the amount of money they have in their bank accounts and all of that. So it was a burden for me, and I was like, okay, something has to be done. And for something to be done, it has to start from somebody. So I shared this burden with some fellow Nigerians, like youth like me. Some of them will feel like, what can you do? Only you cannot change anything. Only me and you cannot change anything. But that was how we started. We started talking to each other, started talking to people, and during my university, I was like, during my NYC, I was like, this dream must start. We started like this, the way we are gathered. You know, we started talking to my roommates and people, and some of them share the same passion. They are tired of this nation. Something has to be done. That was what led to the birth of EOP.
Wow.
And of course, when you look back from when we started till now, we have impacted communities, we've impacted even ourselves. Most importantly, we've become responsible people in the society, which is what a transformed nation needs. Yeah. Transformation of individuals that can lead to national transformation. So, but there are hiccups along the way. Young people like me try to discourage me that my voice can never be heard. And I know my father don't have money, and my family name doesn't ring a bell. So should I allow things to continue like this? My name have to ring a bell. Not necessarily because of the kind of money I'm going to have, but because of the level of impact I'm going to contribute to the society. So that is it at a national level. That is my national dream. And today we've been able to work in the area of human rights. We've been able to rescue people from prison, people that were languishing in prison, no trial, no lawyer to represent them. We're able to come to their aid. You know, we've been able to come to communities, talk to young people, talk to students on how they need to uphold human rights, how they need to become patriotic citizens. We went down about 17 schools in Abuja and beyond, and we are still doing that. The last time we cleaned a school, we cleaned a community in Aleta. So these are the kind of dreams that could lead to national transformation.
Yeah.
So I think I'll still talk about in my personal dream later on as we continue the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our dear Patriot Amos.
Thank you, sir.
So we are still on the topic between dreams and reality, the life of a Nigerian youth. So far, we've heard that without connection, the common man out there find it difficult to become successful. But we are still going to ponder on this particular point. Is it that, okay, what gave birth to European? Is the president of European or the founder connected to anybody or a senator or any of public office holder out there? No. It is all about passion. As Nigerian youth, we are still going to keep talking. We will not keep quiet until we see the nation of our dream. Isn't it, Patriot Amos? Patriot wisdom.
Yes. So I think I agree with what you're saying. Like the example that he gave, we as youth, we have to walk away from the excuses. What we see in Nigeria today is people just making excuses. Yes, those excuses are there, but what can we do about them? He mentioned about people discouraging him when he wanted to start this very important organization that we are all part of right now. People were saying that he couldn't do it. I mean, if you look at many aspects of our life, people will actually discourage you. You want to actually start an investment, you want to start a startup, people like, is there electricity to do that, right? I mean, the limiting factors are there, but if we continue to listen to the discouragement, then we will not eventually actualize the dreams that we have. I think that point is very, very important. Cancelling out discouragement, cancelling out disappointment, and then developing a very strong passion as well. Yeah. One of the driving force to achieving dreams, one of the driving connection between dreams and realities is actually a very strong passion. There will always be discouragement, there will always be stumbling block. Even if the country is good, I mean, we're in a country that is not working, right? But even if the country is working, those stumbling blocks will actually be set up. But as Nigerian youth, as members of European, one of the key points that I want us to take from the example that he has given is leave out the discouragement, leave out the excuses, and just take steps to achieving your dreams. And hopefully, in the next 5 years, you will see your dreams coming to reality. So thank you so much, Patriot Amos, for that suggestion.
Thank you, Patriot Wisdom. Okay, thank you. Well, somebody is motivated already.
Exactly, yeah.
Good. If this is a way we can build the nation of our dream, then let's keep motivating and encouraging ourselves. So we are moving forward, but now I would like to also invite one of a patriotic Nigeria, okay, and a very humble one at that, who has contributed to the building of youth, okay, in this great organization.
That's nice, yeah.
Yes, I am one of those who has benefited from his well of knowledge.
Okay, nice.
So to tap from there, I hope that many others and those who have not met him before will also benefit from him today, the person of Patriot status. Please, I would like you to speak on this aspect, the rate at which we have been disappointed by our own leaders whom we elected with our own votes. Are you encouraging the youth to still go out in 2023 to cast their vote, knowing fully well that they keep disappointing us?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is patriotic Austin Omaujo. Okay, I'm a passionate youth leader, the former public relation officer of Yale Network, Abuja. So now, we as youth, we have strong power, but we don't know it. Yes, putting it in a simple perspective, Nigerian youth, we are the most powerful people in Africa. But we have not realized our strength, and that is why we keep wallowing in pain and lamenting about bad leadership. Okay, when we are talking about registered voters, we have over 63% registered voters that are in between the age of 18 to 37 years, comprising 63%. Let's put it on a scale of 100. Out of that 63%, if 50% of Nigerian youth can vote a youth candidate who can elect a 37-year-old president in this country. But are we interested in that? No. Instead, we have relegated ourselves, not our leaders, into the position of media aide, spokesman, thug, and so on. And it's a saddening situation. Therefore, I don't see any need for us to be lamenting bad governance, where you can actually be the one to decide who is the Senate president of your country, who is the president of your country, who control the affairs of your country. That is the major issue. The earlier we realize that Nigerian youth has the power to take decision and also to take power, it's going to go a long way in shaping this country. No doubt. Without argument, our leaders have failed us. Since 1999 till this 2022, we keep hearing the same story. I will come. Imagine a presidential aspirant saying, "When I become the president, I'm going to pay free WAEC." Is any of us still writing WAEC? To tell you how those people think. This is to tell you that these people, they don't even have plan. A president that have contested for 3 time before he emerged don't have any action plan of what to do when he become the president. Those are the leaders we elect. Therefore, dreams are just made dreams if there are no action plan to make it a reality. Wow. You can dream, yes, but they are just made dream there if there are no actionable, attainable plan for you to get to your goal. We all have dream, but okay, maybe you say I don't have money. Who do I know? I have only one vote. I cannot decide who become the next president. Let me shock you. If your vote don count, politician will not come to you with money during
True,
vote.
that's very true.
Vote actually count, but they make you to believe that vote doesn't count. I'm telling you a reality that vote count in this country. In as much as the rig election, vote count. Therefore, how many youth has their PVC? Those are the thing which, how many youth are even ready to participate in election? How many youth are ready to support a youth candidate? Those are the questions we should ask ourselves. And even if we have a youth aspirants, are youth ready to support
Or to support it.
the person?
Yeah.
That is it. Therefore, lamenting bad leadership will not take us anywhere.
Thank you so much.
We should take the bull by the horn, and we should do the right thing. We should do the right thing. We have social media, which is our major strength and weapon. When you start discussing politics with your colleague, they will say, this one is one of them. We discourage ourselves. When a youth want to contest, is the same youth the so-called politician will pay, and they will sponsor talks to destabilize his or her plan. Therefore, for us to get Nigeria working again, we need to work as one. Any youth platform you find yourself, speak to them that these people don't get our back. They are just interested in recruiting more money that they will not even live to spend, while majority of our population wallow in poverty and in penury. Therefore, as time goes on, we should enlighten ourselves, and we should also participate in politics for us to actualize our dream. Because when we have a better atmosphere, a conducive atmosphere, all of us will enjoy it. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for that wonderful contribution. Yes, the youth, Petriotic wisdom. He says something. No action plan.
Yeah, I actually like that point that he made, because action plan, like I was saying, there's a connection between dreams and reality. But if you don't have an actionable plan, if you don't have a plan to say, okay, this is what I am going to do to actualize the dream that I have, then it's never going to come. And that's the basic truth. It's never going to come. And the point that you made is very, very critical as well. If you talk about bad governance as a nation, then I think that major part of the responsibility rests on us as young people. You mentioned about 63%. I'm sure many young people don't have that statistics. 63% of Nigerians are young people. So if you are saying, okay, elders are coming to rule us, elders are coming to rule us, then why are we not coming out? And I think that the problem is not that we're not coming out actually. The problem is that we're not united. That's the problem. We are not exactly united, because if you look at the last election that we had, I can count with my fingers how many young people that came out for that election. I mean, how many of them want to solve the problem? They all have problems in their communities. They all have problems in their state. Before we even begin to talk about the national problem, everybody wants to come to the center to begin to solve the problem, which is not going to work. So the plan has to be actionable. If young people must come together, they must come together with a very, very solid plan to say, okay, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. And this is how we are going to achieve whatever we want to do. Without that, I don't think that we're going to make any progress.
You are correct. Young Leaders' Right and Patriotic Initiative of Nigeria. We are the youth. We are the future of this country. Once we can come together, then we can have the Nigeria of our dreams. Before we proceed, I would like to also invite Patriot Raflin to comment on the point that the youth in this country are not united, and that is why we are not achieving the Nigeria of our dream. That is why there is a very big gap between the dreams of Nigeria youth and the reality of what we are seeing or experiencing all over the nation. Become united in order to achieve the dream.
The issue of politics in this country, it's not something that started today. It's been long. The issue of division has been there subtly anyway. So, but if actually we are looking at moving together as one nation, it's something that has to really be conscious. Something we really have to consciously talk about as youths to each other, with each other, because I think looking at what has been happening, even right from amalgamation to this very moment, people have their own interests. Nigeria, as we know, is more like interest that brought this country together as well. So, but I feel if we are going to move together as one, as a country, we really need to bring. I think we have to come together as one and speak out our whatever we have that is our own grievances, okay? Because if we don't speak out the grievances we have against each other subtly, it's not going to really we're not going to really make any move. Even if you're going to come together as one, but there will still be this, I'm trying to use the right word, there will still be this hassle inside. Somehow we have to find a way to like speak out our grievances and then see a way we can actually settle this matter and then look ahead, consider each person's grievance, because there's truly that this division is there's no doubt about it. We all have our own personal interests as youth, so but being able to consider each other and consider each person's own mind about the nation, it's going to really go a long way. And well, the platform for that, I don't really know how that platform will be, but it's a platform that's supposed to be, established, where youth can actually come out and speak out what they want and how they can actually move together. That this is just this what I have to offer to you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Aflane, you are in the right place, and this is the right platform where your voice can be heard. That is why we are here. We are speaking to every nooks and crannies of this country. Our voices are everywhere in this country. Yobin is not limited to Abuja. It's a national organization, and it's a non-governmental organization, meaning we are not controlled by any government offices. Okay, aside that, it is not also limited to Nigeria, as we have members in different countries. Okay, so while we proceed, patriotic made mention that unity is a force that can help us to be able to have the Nigerian of our dream.
Yeah.
Well, I want to. She said something about speaking out, patriotic wisdom.
Yeah.
Are we actually speaking out as Nigerian youth?
Well, I think there's speaking out, and they're speaking out the right way. The best way you can speak out correctly is using your vote. Actually, that's the best way. If you lament and lament and lament and you fail to use your PVC, then there's nothing that's going to change. It's as simple as that. It's very, very important. But if we talk about speaking out, the point that she was trying to get at, I think, as I understood her, is collaborations. One of the things that is lacking between young people is that we are failing to collaborate. She's talking about personal interest, right? All of us, even probably as we're sitting here, we are having our personal interest. Many of us are here maybe because things are not working well from our own perspective. If things were better for us, for example, we will probably not be here, right? That's personal interest. So I think that one of the ways that we now can begin to transition from the dreams that we have as a nation is begin to set those differences aside. We talk about tribal differences that she was trying to get at. We talk about national differences. We talk about ethnicity. I saw a poster the other day. Somebody was saying, okay, they say the presidency should go to the south. And then when he goes to the south now, who in the south? Is it the southeast or the southwest? I talk about those differences. People are putting away competence. And I think that it also comes into the play of the youth. Everybody say, okay, let the youth be president. But nobody's looking at, is the youth even competent? Because there's an example people would like to draw. Like Yahya Bello, for example. He's a young person. He's a youth. He went into governor as a youth. I was expecting him to give a very solid example. But he's not competent enough. So even as much as we are driving home the point of young people, we must actually still have an understanding that it's not just about young people, it's about competent people actually. As we transition, as we begin to collaborate, even beyond national building, even for our own personal goals, our businesses, our jobs, and we begin to forge those collaborations, let's look beyond ethnicity. As we begin to employ capable hands, let's look beyond friendship and all of those things. Let's think about the competency of those people, the capabilities of those people, and how they can be very important in driving the change that we want to see. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I have been actually discussing with Patriot Wisdom Anete. He has been the lead discussant in this gathering as we have been trying to brainstorm on the topic between dreams and reality, the life of a Nigerian youth. trying to find out where are we heading to, and are those dreams that we had years ago, are we seeing them becoming realistic?
Thank you for staying with us. Stay connected for more videos from European TV.